And we back up in this goddamn thing. You know what it is. Roast This is here. You thought it was just a show about comedic insults. You thought it was just a show where we talk about shit that's going on. It's more than that. Niggas talk about sports, gameplay, life. Niggas is living life over here. Start with my boy in the corner. You know, Cobb County veteran. Shout out to him for having a decent background. He's rocking his headphones. Beats by Burlington Coat Factory. You see him right there. Mm-hmm. Lord of the Side Tooth.
Yeah,
You can't even hear that right now. It's the delay.
I can hear all that.
Burlington, though.
I can hear all that goddamn bombing you doing. And we're back. If you don't get your goddamn gym room, if you don't get your goddamn, hey, what was the nigga from the WCW? Jim Gray, back to you. If you don't get your
no, fuck that. You don't get your big I am Brandon. Hey.
Single.
Ooh, and in the 90s, got a world.
You might have saw Brandon Lewis last week setting off a human bomb with Brent Taylor.
Hey, I didn't know, bro. I did not bomb with Brent Taylor, bro.
Who pushed the dynamite? Somebody rolled it out.
It had to be with me, goddammit. What y'all talking about?
Hold on, man.
Tip, I rap. Tip.
It's heavy. It's how to Johnny. It's how to go Tip. All right.
Yeah. Billy goddamn Billy goddamn
Lewis. Tip.
What y'all talking about? Billy narrating this bitch like a goddamn jazz show. And we're back. Welcome to Roast This. If you don't get your goddamn 94.7 the way.
Hey, man.
Nigga, what about this 12 Years a Slave t-shirt I got on?
Nigga, I was coming your way, dog. Straight from the motor
t-shirt, nigga.
From the Motor City. Let me tell you, that ain't 12 Years a Slave, nigga. That is Carl Thomas, Summer Rain. Summer Rain.
That is a Carl Thomas shirt.
That is a Carl Thomas shirt. Shut your ass up over there adding shit.
Hey, Billy, you ain't exempt from none of this shit with that goddamn bullshit ass.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Your tripping Joe in the crib. So
hey, hold on, nigga. Hold on, nigga. Relax.
Yeah, them the same person boys in the hood. When they was like, what that mean?
Hey, Lou. He had an Airbnb trap.
Nah, nigga, I can't go nowhere.
Yeah, I know you can't go nowhere in that bullshit ass house.
I'm quarantined because I got the Rona right now, so I can't go nowhere.
Your daddy
got a studio house. Yeah, 1 bedroom, 1 kitchen, 1 bathroom.
That nigga got all that goddamn accessories in there. Goddamn 4 mirrors, cameras, goddamn.
Wait a minute. Wait. My nigga Lou came all over this. Sorrells, you got the COVID?
Yeah, he can listen. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, hold on. You did kind of bypass that.
You got COVID. Then you can't just say that.
You got
let me tell you. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, man.
Like, what you mean you got it?
Let me wipe my goddamn screen off. Fucking with this shit.
We gonna holler at y'all.
Wipe my shit
we gonna
off.
holler at y'all. This nigga here.
Hey, stop.
Spray.
Relax.
Nah,
so let me tell you.
Nigga.
So no, tell us.
So my wife had it first.
Right.
Then my stepdaddy had it.
Okay.
Now I have tested positive for it, and I also have the antibodies. So quick update for everybody on Corona. One, it's a very confusing disease considering the fact that everybody doesn't show symptoms. I've been asymptomatic. Now, I'm willing to bet that I've had it probably 3 times. I remember experiencing extreme symptoms for like a day where my chest was really, really tight. Then the next day I took a bunch of aspirin and shit went away. Then another day, probably this is when I was in Atlanta. Then another day I had a day where I felt like my chest was real tight again, and then it wouldn't let up. And I just started drinking a bunch of water, and I started walking just to try and, break a sweat.
Right.
Stop. Those are these 2 crazy. This last time I got tested. So I've been tested 3 times for Corona. The first 2 times I passed the test. This last time I took it after
the first 2 times you came up negative. This last time. And then the last time you came up positive.
Last time I know I had it for sure. The test said negative, but guess what?
No. The last time was positive, and I felt no symptoms, hadn't been sick or anything, but I knew I had been exposed to people who had been sick. So a good measure is, bruh, if you want to know what's going on with yourself, get ready. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, for those of you who worried about getting the shit, unless you go to a private care physician like that you actually go to, your main primary one, they're probably not going to give you anything to take when you get it. You're just going to get told to.
So hold on. So you got it right now?
Yes, nigga.
So that motherfucker in you.
I mean, it's that now. Here's what, so you can understand.
That motherfucker in you like, hey. You feel like,
Hey,
This nigga Vinny got corona in his ass.
hey, you look like a perfect nigga. Put your tongue back in your mouth.
Hey, that's how the corona is feeling. The corona is feeling like,
Hey, once again, Brandon Lewis was bombing 3 times in a row with the same jump. We hit him with the hay.
Hey, the corona in me, you know what the corona in me is saying? Tell me, Lewis, it's time to switch topic. It's time to switch topic.
Yo,
listen, bro, listen, all jokes aside.
Hey, man, hey, listen.
All jokes aside, bro, nigga, take care of yourself, get well. Let the children at home that's watching know Billy on drugs. So like that first 2 times, wake up, chest tight, gotta walk. That's some crackhead shit. You know what I'm saying? Chest tight. I gotta walk around the neighborhood, cut some grass, do some little shit. Felt better the next day, right? Second time I had it needed me a rock. What I realized was the corona is tied to a rock for me.
Fuck y'all, man.
Really? Hey, so how you feel, bro? Like how you feel that when they said it was in you?
Oh shit, man. I love the shit. You for real though. No, I feel fine.
Sad. So when you found out it was in you, did you like how you feel now that you know it's inside of you?
Here's the thing, dog. I'm glad I'm at home. I'm glad I'm quarantined. Hardest part is being away from my kids every day and not being able to play with them or do nothing with them. And then
so let me ask you, I'm about to cut you off. So it's just gonna go away in 14 days?
Well, here's what you do. Because you don't really know what your exposure limit is, they can try and guesstimate when you got it. They tell you to quarantine in place for 14 days to allow it to pass out your system and then go get retested again. Now, what I'm going to do probably tomorrow, because I've been quarantined since last week, I found out last Tuesday night what happened. I got my results back. So I've been basically in one room confined since the last time we taped. So tomorrow I'm going to go get tested at 7 days to see, because it could have been in my body before 14 days, not show any when you take the test, you don't know when it first hit your body, because I wasn't experiencing any symptoms. Usually they say it's 14 days from the day that you have symptoms. I had no symptoms, so there's no telling at what place or phase it's in my body. Also, you got to know that there are different type of antibodies. There's a IIM and the IIG in your system for antibodies. Now, the IIG is the one that's the most long-lasting immunity that you'll have. That'll take you to like 47 to 52 weeks of immunity from it. There's the other antibody with the ends in the M will last for like 12 to 14 days. Now, that means that your body is constantly, fighting this. Now, the tests are becoming more sensitive. So some people who've already had it can test positive for the actual bacteria, but not actually have it in your system. Because
so the bacteria doesn't die.
No, it's part of your code, your blood code. Like, it's in your system forever. Your body is it's like when you get the chicken pox, and it's certain people who get the chicken pox later in their life can develop the shingles because you got the chicken pox antibody. In certain people, that can turn into shingles at a later age. Right. How it affects your body and your molecular makeup. So you just got to understand, like, bruh, you got to start taking those vitamins. To all the people that watch, go to Alkaline Vegan shop to go get your elderberry, your sea moss, because right now we're facing herd immunity. We talked about this a while back, and I hate to be going down this tangent, but just so people know what's going on and on some real shit, I want y'all to be all right, man. You got to start trying to do something to build up your immune system so you can go through it. So right. That's that on that. I'm good.
That's
Thank
that
you
on that. That
awesome prayers.
Ladies and gentlemen, there he is again trying the hate joke. I don't understand it. I would have went with this kind of joke.
Okay, go ahead.
Billy, are you sure that you didn't take a pregnancy test those first 2 times? Not realizing what the COVID process was about, because I know your history. Anyway, so it's a little better. It's slightly better than yours. All
right, so
yours. Heard yours.
The funny part is,
I'm loading up for your little dog ass.
I know you loading up.
Yeah, I'm loading up, huh?
He got them headphones from the library when you take the sound test.
Hey, B. Lewis got shot in the side tooth with a firework last week. We didn't think he was gonna make it.
Yeah.
Hey,
you got that whites only pie shirt on. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
He's that baby pappy. Boy, y'all ain't shit. All right, so guys.
I'm gonna talk about that background, nigga.
Oh, hey, matter of fact. Oh, look,
Go ahead.
No, because we want to roast it.
Hey, man, shout out to Prim Hood Cinema, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to his YouTube right there. Subscribe now to Prim's Hood Cinema on YouTube, man. He talks about all the hood movies in a great way. Subscribe to it.
It says sad hood movies at the top. It says sad.
Yeah, sad hood movies.
He not gonna make it. He not gonna make it, but it's okay though.
Like Boys in the Hood, Men's Society.
This nigga,
he's 30 years old.
I'm convinced. B. Lewis, you have a thing at your local grocery store with a bunch of little tabs at the bottom that say if you want to advertise on roast this, all you got to do is take one of these tabs and call my number. That's what you have. Because you be having some of the most local businesses, bro. Like, so we want to go to their page so they can talk about hood movies. And they paid you to tell us that.
Yes.
Right,
and guess what? And guess what? That bullshit shirt that you got on, you actually went to the store and you was like, hey, man, fuck all these shirts that's on the rack. What are shirts that fell on the floor? He was like, yeah, man.
Stupid, dog. Hey, can we get into this goddamn show? Can we get into this goddamn show, dog?
Go to the bag, man.
Let's talk about that goddamn hot dog holder you call a side toothpaste.
Okay, come on.
Y'all are fucking. Hey, listen, man. All right, it's been a crazy week.
Come on.
It has been a crazy.
One cigarette right here while I stick.
Hey, look. Even in the comments, shout out to Prim Hood Movie, man. They say it's fire. Subscribe to Prim's Hood Movie.
Is he black?
On YouTube.
Is he black?
He's black, man. Black
okay,
man.
He black. All right.
Moses, Prim,
they
man.
knew who to contact.
Good dude, good channel. Subscribe.
Hey,
I'm on your ass, CP.
They wouldn't give a nigga with a full mouth of teeth the chance to operate that shit. They like, no, you got to be missing one.
I'm gonna keep shooting.
Hey,
right.
Troy Thompson said CP wearing a first date shirt.
Bro. I put this shirt on like, man, this would be a nice t-shirt, you know.
You getting old, nigga.
I was wrong, bro. This shit is like,
Hey, hold on. You want to let
everybody say Prim Hood Movies is fire. And they say your shirt ain't shit.
Nigga,
okay.
I'm roasting you.
Hold on. I want to show y'all something that I got on. This is how you know I'm old. I'm
the Prim's Hood Cinema.
We know you ain't got no bottoms on. Hey, man, come on, man. We don't want to see that.
Shout out to Prim's Hood Cinema.
What the fuck is that? Oh, that nigga got
hold on.
That nigga got them.
You don't take them goddamn my first abortion ass sweatpants off, nigga. What are you doing?
He got them Nigerian slippers on. He got them stingy nigga slippers.
He got them. I just wasn't ready. I'm still working. So.
Hey boy, I found these hoes at my daddy old house, man, and I put them on, dog. And these hoes so goddamn. Need to take them off, but these hoes so goddamn comfortable, man. Goddamn, they comfortable. Yeah. So look, it's been a crazy. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This been a crazy week, bro. I was sitting at if those of you who had been under a rock for this past week of what's been going on, Jada and Will, August Alsina. We knew the August Alsina shit came out. Then Jada and Will sat down, and a word was phrased that changed everything. Entanglement was the word, and goddamn, that's all I can say is goddamn.
So I ain't gonna lie. I looked up entanglement because I thought it was how octopuses and snakes fuck. So I'm thinking, okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's they entangled. But apparently that's a real term for a highbrow sexual rendezvous. It's called an entanglement.
Wait. That when did they put that in there? Because you mean to tell me that's been a thing?
Updating that shit, bro.
They must have updated.
I be having a lot of dreams that I think is real, but I think this was real life. It's some kind of like sexual rendezvous or some kind of like a complicated. Another way of saying it's complicated. I
mean, you know, here go the thing. We don't know what was going on. Will could have been holding Jada legs back while August was tearing her ass out the front. We'd have no idea what they into. We are only assuming based off of what we think, which makes most sense. The man is worth $375 million.
But we all have a negative connotation on their relationship that nobody really has a fact on. Everybody swears that they have an open relationship. That's not a fact. I see no proven fact that they have an open relationship. Everybody say they into swingers, like they swingers, they into that shit. That's not a proven fact. Like niggas just have all these goddamn hypotheses on their goddamn relationship. Where's the facts?
I mean, here go the thing.
But where's the facts?
Here's what we do.
I'm talking about on the foundation of it.
Here's the facts. Let's be the facts.
Use for hypothesis. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now, here's what we do know that is factual.
Your dog ass.
We have not seen any dramatic outbursts from Will. Right. We have not seen, considering the fact that a younger nigga was piecing up his old lady. Right. He is pictured with August throughout this whole time doing stuff. August is pictured with the rest of the family. The kids ain't had no outbursts about the shit. So obviously, some kind of way, it makes sense to their family, and it wasn't an abnormal thing. And
look
this
how she looking at that nigga. Look at the whole body language of it was like, let's go to the table so I can tell everybody what the fuck I did.
And you know, I don't got a problem either way.
I mean, come on now. It's in her DNA. I mean, that shit panned over from her acting. At Menace to Society, she was fucking Kane. Come on now. She been with the shits. Jada been with the shits.
Jada been with the shits.
She been with the shits. She was fucking Kane in Menace to Society, and the old nigga was in jail. That was Will. So you can put that as Will. The old nigga went to prison, and she started fucking the neighborhood. The nigga just, Kane graduated high school. If y'all don't remember Menace to Society, the nigga just graduated high school, and he got them wearing her ass out while her nigga in jail. Come on now.
Hey man, you know,
we just got the Black Lives Matter shirt.
Yeah, because that other shirt was some bullshit. Yeah. And you know some more jokes was coming. That's why you changed it.
Yeah, but guess what though? If you wanna go put a side tooth on real quick, then we no jokes. So you can. Hey. I still got jokes. Come on.
Hey man, y'all niggas is fucking hilarious, man.
Hey,
CP as a married man, bruh, what is? Are you disappointed in Will? What's your opinion of Will, and what do you think about him being in this situation?
Man, look, I'm gonna tell you some real shit. First of all, nigga, he from the 50-50 state. Niggas act like he's afraid to divorce her for the money. All right, so let's say the nigga worth 300 million. Just say 300 million split, right? So let's do 150 million. Ain't shit that you need 100 for like I tell y'all that all the time. Nigga, get rid of her so you can live your life. Will Smith is still Will Smith. He's like a young Barack Obama. Like, nigga, this nigga can get pretty much any bitch you want. Like,
he can get all our bitches right now if he wanted to.
Look, listen to me. But what I think is happening is this. You get to a point where Will probably have so many hoes, dog, before he even married her. He probably fucked so many bitches, dog. It's like, I don't care. I just want a real family. And he thought he was going to get some excitement with her. He just got a little bit more than I think he could chew. I think it's been rumors that he's been dating his ex-wife a little bit. I think that he's starting to look back at that relationship, be like, man, look, I just want some regular shit now.
You know they go on vacation together though, so it's like,
right.
I mean, let's just play the card like this.
Hold on. Also, too, how much is money a factor when all of your kids
got 150
marriage, both your kids from that marriage is rich as fuck?
What you mean?
Money's not a factor, so we gotta think.
So niggas most people say, nigga, fuck 300 million, because look, he could make another 150 million. He can make another 150 million with a 6-picture deal from Netflix.
I mean, if Will Smith, if he wanted to,
he can't do that though.
Well, hold on. Money is a factor, but it's not a factor as far as what we're talking about. Money is a factor, which is allowing him to move and do the shit that he do. So, like, case in point, money is a factor for his baby mama to fall in line, or his ex-wife, baby/baby mama, to fall in line and to go on trips and vacations with the new family, because money provides that opportunity. So,
but see, it's not just. Let me say this though, it's not just money. It's not just money. Right. He has an endless well of talent. So he can always, money's never a problem and money's never really a factor, because as much as he's alive, he could work and reduplicate the money that he's already made. So it's not like he got the money and there's no other way to reduplicate that. Anytime that nigga go touch a movie, he getting 20 M's, bro.
Okay, so what are y'all saying? What is y'all angle?
What we saying is that's the whole reason why it's a deeper connection for him within his situation, because it ain't the money. Like you said, all my kids are millionaires.
Right.
My oldest son is a millionaire from just being my.
His oldest son ain't shit.
Trust me.
Son is a goddamn assistant.
Okay.
His oldest son is Cali Lynch. You hear me? But keep going. His other son is a goddamn.
He might be talentless. I said he got.
Oldest son got more money than you though. Niggas oldest son got the whole top row. So you gotta get that nigga some respect. He got the whole.
Hey, let me tell you something, B. Lewis. Trey Smith will take all your bitches.
No. Just because the goddamn Romans in your body,
underbite. That nigga will underbite your bitches to death. You understand me? That nigga Trey will come in. You think? You don't have any money? You know who my
daddy is?
Hey, it's time to switch topics, man.
Shut up. Hey, so look. Hey, but no, man, on the cool, dog, like shit. I think, like you said, man, it's not a money factor. I think he really, man, do you know how many, like Will Smith can have whoever the fuck he wants. So it's not like he can't do better than Jada. It's some higher level maturity of what he's trying to hold together on some family shit that I think is.
What is y'all angle? Right? I'm still not understanding y'all angle of what y'all saying.
Hold on, that's what I'm about to say. B. Lou, here go the question though. This nigga, like, is it worth it to look like the bigger person to other people and live the life with that face, or to be like, fuck this bitch and let everybody be mad at you for a couple weeks and then be like, fuck it and move on? Like, bro, look at what Kevin Hart. Like, I'm not saying his wife better than his old wife, but nigga, he's sure as fuck bossed up on the money level. That nigga continue to earn and earn and earn.
Right. Yeah, bro, like, he made a decision. He made a decision, and he's still able to do have a family.
So what is y'all point behind it? Y'all saying that he's mature enough to stay? Are y'all saying y'all giving credit for his maturity for staying poised for the revelation that she dropped by saying that goddamn August was bashing her goddamn back out?
Now, here's the thing. That was the mature part is he never made a public outburst. And it's easily Will Smith, like, even though he had moments where he talked about his wife, about her being happy, and you saw the clip floating around, he's like, I retired from trying to make you happy.
Yeah, right.
That was still a teachable moment because he was showing that was what they had to go through to keep their relationship in place, that he had to allow her to find herself. So it's a big level of maturity to not have an outburst.
But that's what I'm saying, though, bro. It's like, when I brought up the money, is like people saying like, oh, he ain't gonna leave her because this nigga worth 300 million and that's a 50-50 stake. They've brought that up a lot. So my point is like, it's not about the money. It's about an emotional thing with this guy. And the problem is that I think that he loves her more than she loved him. And that's what it looked like. And that's whack. And it's weird for us to even fathom that because it's Will Smith to us. But it's like, he got a bitch that look at him like, nigga, that's fucking Will Smith. And
but at the beginning he said he was done with the marriage.
Well, yeah, but that's a mature thing to do, though.
And she confirmed it. He said it, and she confirmed. He said he was done with the marriage. So at that point, when he done, and just like everybody say, you know what I'm saying? You find a bad bitch, you find a nigga that's tired of fucking her. He was done. So in his mind, he don't give a fuck who was bashing her back out. So that's why she sought after the young nigga, because he was Jaden's friend at the time, and he was coming over, goddamn. For you know what I'm saying, for Jaden, and she goddamn found a liking to the young nigga, but Will was already gone though.
Watch this though. Here's the thing, B. Lewis. Again, we are drawing emphasis on what we don't know. And a big thing about this is this was never an issue until they felt that they had to address it. It could have been the whole time. He knew about it and was doing him, and it wasn't that they was done. They had no intentions on ever going nowhere, and he was cool with it.
Because the nigga snitched. The nigga ran it.
Look, here go the thing though. That's what I'm saying. The nigga snitching. Look, bro.
Yeah, that was the immature part.
Even if Will Smith did cheat on Jada, right? Obviously, he had his bitches in check enough to be like, hey, don't, like, I think that women, you almost expect to do what August did. So coming into it, you kind of prevent that by being like, hey, I'm Will Smith. I don't want to hear shit about shit, and it's going to be da-da-da-da. For him to be a nigga, she never even thought she had to do that. So for this nigga to come out like how he came out, she's like, oh, shit. Like, nigga, you just assume that a nigga who's famous in his own right, August got bitches too. It's like, nigga, you assume, but it's like these niggas is in love with her, bruh. Like,
yeah,
nigga,
now that I will say, August,
she got that something about Mary pussy.
And that's the thing. He probably don't have no clue how to deal with that one. He can't control Jada the same way. Jada probably give him all type of freedom that he ain't never had in no relationship. So it's a lot of mature things that we got to figure out.
But also too, if you Will Smith
for a dub for what is it, 24 years they've been down?
But if you Will Smith though, you 9 times out of 10 is getting with somebody that's less famous than you.
Yeah, fact.
And I think that when him getting with Jada, at the time he got with Jada, who had been with Tupac and other niggas who she could hold over his head. You know what I'm saying? It's like she never was really like, you know, I never seen Jada like, oh, I'm married to Will Smith. Like she never think about how a normal chick would act towards that nigga.
You know what I think? I'm gonna tell you ready to hear though. I think it has a lot to do with Jada was a rising star and she peaked, and I think he just kept going, and a lot of that can fuel a lot of animosity in a relationship on male or female side if your mate continues to outsurpass you, especially in the same arena that you interested in, and then at the same time you're not advancing yourself. You got, if you're not careful, it can really be toxic to your relationship.
But see, that shit is about money once again, because that's about having that white crossover audience, right? But with black people, we all knew Jada. We've all known Jada. Her fame has never changed to black people. It's always been the same as what it is. It's other famous women too, but for the most part, like
Will ain't that many famous women though.
Yeah,
of course, but you understand what I'm saying, though, bro. Like, nigga, she did peak. Everybody knows her.
Right.
Everybody know who the fuck she is, whether you know her from being his wife or not. Nigga, she was on a different world, and nigga, shit that was ingrained into our like society. Same way
our culture, our cultural fabric. She's definitely inside of that, man. So I mean, the funny part is we can talk about this shit all day, but the reality is they handled it so briefly. It wasn't a long talk. They hit the points, they dabbed it up, and that's what I respected, that they didn't lose their cool and they stayed classy about it. Even though their business was personally put out there, they still was like, nigga, this shit is almost like, did they write this as a script? Because that shit was way too cool.
Oh yeah, they didn't have to do that for us, nigga. You nigga, that shit was discussed way before we saw it.
Right. That's why it was nothing to talk about. It was like, all right, Jada, tell him everything, so we ain't got to keep talking about this shit.
But that's why, like, when your girl cut her hair like that, see how Jada hair is? When she cut her hair like that, be ready for the fade, nigga, because she don't give a fuck no more.
CP, what did you say the first time when you said Jada and August Alsina, they cheekbones be doing what? They be
that was funny.
Yeah, both of us old
Billy,
high cheekbones.
What you got, B. Lewis? Tell me. All right, guys, we're gonna jump into this next phase. We got, I don't even feel right saying it, even though that's the name of the team. The Washington Redskins. If you have been following the NFL,
the name of the team.
Yeah, that is the name of the team right now. But they put out a statement saying that they would on Monday address the fact that they are changing the name and give the new name. Now they've given different ideas out, such as the Red Wolves, such as the Red Tails. And man, I'm excited to see this, but it begs the question of if they do choose the Red Tails based off of the during the World War II, the fighter planes. Stupid. It's the only black logo that's out there. The Red Tails is based off the
Red Tails.
Nigga, it's the first time you're hearing it, bruh. I say they leave it the Redskins and change the logo to a potato. Bam.
What?
This nigga, man. The name.
Put a spud on that bitch. Put a spud on that hoe.
Put a spud on that.
Put a spud on that bitch, nigga.
The Tuskegee Airmen, Red Tails. If you watch the movie Red Tails or watch the old Tuskegee Airmen, the first black fighter pilot squadron. Really dope because they fought and they were a big key factor in turning the war in World War II. They saved a lot of lives and they just got a dope ass fucking story. So it would be the first time that a black person or a black entity would be used in professional desegregated sports. Now I ain't talking about the Negro leagues.
I get that.
Not the Negro leagues, because you got the Monarchs and different teams. I'm saying in professional sports, like, we got these fictitious ass characters and fictitious ass things, but the Red Tails were historically and factually, much like the Native Americans, they existed. But this is something that could be majorly respected.
So right now, as a black culture, I'm just asking the question now. We just here for all the sympathy points. We gonna collect all the sympathy points too.
No, I don't think this is a sympathy conversation.
It's a sympathy.
No. I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna tell you why.
Owner, bro.
No, I think
a sympathy move, bro.
No, it's not a sympathy
would it not
move.
be a
I'm gonna
sympathy
tell
move?
you,
Activity move, B. Lou. God damn, you want to beat the nigga ass? He owned the team. He can't stop owning the team. He can name it whatever the fuck
I'm not saying that. I'm just asking, bro. It's a simple question. Are we here as the black culture just taking the sympathy points too?
this is not
whatever we with. I'm with whatever y'all with. What?
No.
What? CP, say something. What?
Okay. Let me ask you a question then. Would reparations be a sympathy thing, or would reparations be trying to do something on the right side?
Look, see, I don't think y'all understanding my angle. I'm not downplaying it, or I'm not saying that's a bad. I'm just asking because I feel like that's a sympathy move. But I'm with it. I take it. I'm gonna take it, but I'm just asking. Are we down as a whole?
Was his hand forced on it? Yeah, he definitely had some force.
So it's a sympathy move.
But his hand was forced to make a change in the logo. His hand wasn't forced to make it a black icon to be the next face or nickname of the franchise.
I think that to go from something that's culturally
insensitive
to a group of people, it's culturally insensitive to a group of people.
Yeah.
To turn that into a positive by doing something that is positive for another group, I think that's a dope look. If you're an owner that's smart, I think it's just a very smart move. And I think, you know what I'm saying? You know,
but then it's like, where's the genuineness in it, though? I get the sympathy. That's what I'm asking. Well, I get the sympathy, but
nothing that happens sometimes in history is sometimes genuine. Sometimes it takes brute fucking force and a revolutionary mindset. They threatened to withhold. You got to understand what it is. Like England didn't sympathetically give us the fucking country. We revolted. We fucked over them. We went to war with them niggas. Said we not paying them, and niggas died, and they had to take that L for us to get changed. So. That's a part of America, G. Like niggas gonna have to do some ignorant shit to get some attention to get some type of change. FedEx, which owns the stadium, gave them a pressure, and they were a minority stock owner, meaning they didn't have the majority, but they are a major part of owning the stock in the team. That shit got forced up. Then you got to think all the advertisers who advertised with them was threatening to pull out.
But listen, it's just like this. I feel like it's a slave owner's mentality that the NFL has. So I personally feel that all the NFL owners have a slave owner's mentality. So what I'm saying is these niggas ain't doing nothing but changing the name. It's like, okay, let's say a plantation has a name, and now they just changing it to goddamn I don't know, fucking Jamar's. He's just changing it to Jamar's Plantation now. You know what I'm saying? First it might have been a Indian name as far as the plantation. I'm talking about as far as like a business. Let's just think in the business mindset. So now he just changing it. He like, oh damn, I can't name it after a fucking Indian no more. So let me goddamn change it to Jamar's Plantation. But he still got the same mentality behind it. But we ripping and raving like, yeah, man, Jamar got his name on the fucking plantation, but he's still running that shit evilly. Like he's still
okay. I get what you're saying. So your comment.
Knock me.
No. I'm trying to understand your point. So I got you. So I think what you're saying is, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's more about the fact you feel like his intentions overall and his intent of how his mindset as the owner is.
And that's why I'm asking, are we here for the sympathy wins? I'm just asking as a whole.
It's not a sympathy. Here goes the thing. No, it's not a sympathy win. I'm explaining to you why it's not a sympathy win.
Okay.
It's a moment for change. When you look at the logo, and you see a black man's face who died and fought for the country on there. Right. When white people are wearing these shirts yelling "Go Red Tails," right. And when you got to think of the intro on the NFL, you see black men walk into a fighter squadron, and this ain't some pretend shit. This some shit that really happened. Right. Like you got to think about how that changes the mind frame of people. Like Barack Obama was a dope president. He wasn't just a dope black president. These guys were war heroes, not just black heroes, but the fact that they black and the fact that people have to acknowledge that and respect that, that's a subconscious change to people's mindset. Like you gotta think little white boys gonna say, I want to play for the fucking Red Tails.
Yeah, but it's still
understand this, but B. Lou, understand how, put it like this. Let me put it in other terms, right? The reason we talked about NASCAR, right? We talked about how they let the Black Lives Matter car come in, then the news came in or something like that, right? Do you understand that NASCAR is a nationally known, Confederate style sport, right? So how brave is it for one person to drive in there with a Black Lives Matter car and all of that to show that this is how change is going to spark? Let me ask you a question. Have you ever worked with somebody white?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you love them?
No.
Do you think they gave a fuck?
No.
Exactly. It's like, bro, sometimes,
we're talking,
bro,
ahead,
listen to me.
bad.
We gotta, as black people, we have to be responsible with what we choose to put all of our energy towards, because we're not asking for them to like us. We're not asking for nobody to love us, bro.
So what are we asking for?
Bro, we asking for equality, period.
Right.
Like, right. So little stuff like that, that means that puts Black history ingrained into society. Like Billy said, white guys who are racist screaming, "Go Red Tails," right? Not even realizing that, nigga, what you are actually praising is the African-American excellence that has allowed this country to go forward. See, but if the
owner is still operating a slaughterhouse, what is that really doing?
Look at how brave that owner looks, naming his team after a Black history fact and moment in history, to all these other racist ass owners. He doesn't have to do that, Brandon.
I'm just saying, okay, that's just like,
he's not giving it to us. This is what the climate is now pushing as what a smart thing for a business owner to do is. Do you understand that? It's like, nigga, that shows what the climate is. You know, like that shows what the movement is working. When you see Black Lives Matter on the streets of Washington, D.C., big ass letters, why do you think that they trying to cover that up?
Okay, so how would y'all feel? Okay, so how would y'all feel if he changed the name, right? He changed the name to the Red Tail, but he still had the mindset, and let's say he still had the mindset, and he talked like the Clippers owner that they got rid of. So
well, here's the thing: he can't talk like the Clippers. Listen, he can't. Wait, he can't talk like the Clippers owner in public or get recorded. They're gonna remove his ass. So it's certain things that you gotta understand can't happen. I don't. Again, you can't start. What we gotta do is, as Black folks, stop giving a fuck if they do that. You gonna respect me. What you gonna do is respect me. You ain't gotta like me. You ain't gotta want to be around me. You ain't gotta love me. But you gonna respect the fuck out of me. You're not gonna disrespect me. Saying Redskins and having Redskins is disrespectful. So it wasn't like it was.
It's not disrespectful to Black people.
It don't matter. It's disrespectful to anybody.
Right, it is. But I'm just. Right. But why y'all? Do y'all understand my point? Because I understand y'all point. I'm agreeing. I'm just saying that if the only reason the Clippers owner got caught because somebody secretly recorded him. That was a private conversation.
All right, you know what? Hold on, B. Lewis.
Redskins owner being racist.
Hold on, let's take a step back. But let me address something since you threw that right there. It was disrespectful to Black people because if you really want to talk about it, the Aboriginal and original Native American inhabitants of this country were Black people. Like what we see. So, but we ain't got time to go in there today. That will be for a later time. But I do want you to do some research and look that up on your own self. Don't just think that everybody that was Black that's over here was initially a slave. It's a lot of people who were Aboriginal people who were originally in this land, who were original inhabitants, and a lot of those people who were murdered and killed off in the form of racist genocide was the fact that these people had an unlocked history and key to ownership to this country. But we got time for that.
I get all that. I get all that deep shit. I'm just asking simple shit. Are we here for the easy win? It's like dunking. It's like having a dunk contest. The goal is on 5
Is it a win? Is it a win? Is it a win?
Okay with that?
Is it a win? No, it's not a win. Let me tell you what it is.
That's what y'all just said.
No. I'm explaining it to you so you understand it. Because even if I told you it's a win, you're not going to agree with it. But I'll tell you what it is.
I'm not disagreeing.
It's not a win. Okay.
I'm asking y'all a question, and then y'all flipping minds like I don't understand. I understand.
No, I understand. I understand what you're saying. It's not an easy win.
Okay.
It's not an easy win. It's just a person being respectful. It's like a nigga that's been calling your wife a bitch in your face for years. And then he says, "Oh, I'm sorry. How you doing, Mr. Sorrells?" That's not an easy win. That's just you giving my wife or giving me the proper respect that I deserve as a human being.
That was a horrible example.
Yeah, I know it was horrible. It was horrible. But I wouldn't let him call my wife bitch. Hey, man, I've been drinking. I'm trying.
Does everybody think that I'm goddamn against it? It's just my point of view, goddamn. It's my point of view. Everybody swear they fucking got the answer. Niggas ain't got shit. Switch the goddamn topic.
Hey, man. Well, anyway.
If the NFL gonna be a slavery and they beat niggas ass, and why are we celebrating it? The NFL is slaughtering everybody, and they're not paying nobody millions.
Hey, man.
50-50 down the middle with y'all. It's 50-50, B-Lou. Some people agree with you. Some people agree with CP. Like, again, everyone down there look like you crazy, B-Lou. Like, you not.
Yeah,
it's a little bitty space between each comment, and that's somebody agreeing with you by putting up a side tooth space. Size.
Get them while they hot. Get them while they hot.
B-Lou, so let me ask you a question.
Get them while they hot.
Let me ask you a question, dog. All right, so B-Lou, what would make you feel better if they just changed the name and went to something else but didn't make it a black name? Is that fine with you?
I don't give a fuck about the Redskins, but I just know that I know the owner.
All right, I'm lost.
Is doing the same. Listen. I just know that that's a sympathy move. It's an easy win. It's an easy win to get the black dollar. It's an easy win to get the black dollar.
I'm saying if he don't make it a black name,
man, niggas get excited already, but it's just an easy win.
Because I'm saying, what if he turns it from the Redskins to the Red Wolves? How does B. Lewis feel?
Cool.
Do you still feel like it was a sympathy win or something?
No, it's cool. Like, cool, bro. I'm just saying when it comes to black, I'm pro-black, goddammit. So you know what I'm saying? I understand everybody's fight, but I feel like as a black culture, as a black community, I feel like we need to stop dipping into everybody else's fight and goddamn focus on ourselves because we are in danger.
But we are
hurt. I get that it was the Redskins and it was disrespectful to the Indians. But I just feel like, okay, but don't try to ship that shit over to us to get an easy win because you can exploit the black dollar. I just feel like I feel like that's an exploitation of the black dollar. Let me ask you a question. If you feel that the owners are in there, don't you just suggest to all the NFL players quit playing football then? Bro, y'all going to some.
No. I'm saying what is a real win because I want to understand. Like to you, if
niggas are Okay, I'm not even gonna say specifically. Black players are specifically playing the sport of football. Not all, but a large percentage are playing the sport of football to get out of financial hardship. That's what they in there for. Because the white goddamn owners are giving millions for a talent. So niggas have been not even gonna say brainwashed, but niggas have seen like, oh, it's an out. If I'm in poverty, then I can make $1 million with my talent. So that's why niggas are playing football.
Should they not?
No, I'm not saying they are not. So what are y'all saying?
So if they're playing, if you're saying it's a money play and they getting paid, it ain't like they paying them niggas in fake money. Right. They still getting paid. Whether they were the Redskins, the Black Skins, the Red Tails. So I'm trying to understand where's the war at that we taking the easy way out in this situation. That's all I'm trying to find.
I said, are we with easy wins? Because I feel like it's an easy win for the owner to exploit the black dollar by naming it Red Tails. Because niggas gonna jump on the bandwagon, niggas gonna get the jersey, niggas gonna get everything, and when it's called Red Tails, just like the Kaepernick. Not saying that we exploited Kaepernick, but everybody started to get the Kaepernick.
So you feel like they're appropriating the culture. It was a cultural appropriation thing.
It's 2 against 1 in this bitch. It's 2.
No,
I was saying, okay, so you set up.
I see your point.
It's 2 shimmy niggas in this bitch. Goddamn, it's 2 niggas that been goddamn sliding down hallways. Doing this all goddamn.
Let me ask you a question, bro. Do the tooth next to the space think it's rich? Like, man, sometimes I get a whole steak chunk right in here, man.
Now motherfuckers act like I don't know what I'm talking about.
Man, look,
now y'all got me seeming like I'm the nigga
on my porch.
Show that nigga what you been drinking over there. That can you been drinking.
Shout out to Mountain Dew. This is the real goddamn
nigga. That nigga juiced up. He is juiced the fuck up.
Yo, Dennis watching this like he don't even give a fuck. This nigga drinking Mountain Dews. Fuck it.
Hey man, y'all are fucking hilarious.
Nigga, you over there drinking a meth Dew.
Oh man, hold on. Hey, somebody in the comments, his name is Mark Ariata, said it's a 2-on-2. CP and Billy versus B. Lou and his side tooth. Shout out to him for saying that shit. That nigga stupid.
Hey, he's sick of that side tooth shit. Hey man, fuck y'all. T.I. probably watching. Fuck this. I can't.
It's all good. It's two niggas that been goddamn doing this.
Hey man, you ain't shit, B. Lou. You ain't shit.
Yeah, go ahead. Shout out there.
They gonna beat your ass. All right.
So the shit that's happening this week continue, man. I think we're a little bit excited. I know at least I am. I'm a sports fan. I know you guys are. Man, the bubble is happening for the NBA. The bubble is here. The NBA has converted and converged into the bubble, into Disneyland Resort Park area in Orlando and Kissimmee area as well. and they have them contained. The teams are playing there. They are training and practicing and getting ready for the season. Now, people had to get tested to go in, and Russell Westbrook and James Harden, who along with me got that Rona. The beard has the Rona. It's all because we fucking with the same bitches. That is what it is. These Houston motherfuckers is running amok. I got my shirt on today, Scroosting it down. But
Billy said he caught it from his wife. Pay attention. I don't know what the fuck going on down there. Niggas said, "Oh, I don't know what David. Me Harden." Like, nigga, what are you talking about? All right, go ahead.
Hey, so bruh, now you saw J.R. Smith on there. He was upset talking about what the food was and shit. And I think he kind of missed the point that we going through a pandemic and it's a lot of people who ain't working right now. So yeah, you in a fucking bubble. We trying not to let you niggas die and get sick. So what you think about the bubble, dog? Are you excited about the NBA? Do you feel like this season is really gonna mean something considering the fact of all the circumstance that they playing
Hell no. I'm gonna tell you something. These owners is racist. So what's gonna happen is the owners they think they will give us an easy win by giving us a bubble. Fuck that. You got to understand that the owners, listen, these niggas only want to hoop so they can get some money.
It's an easy win.
We not gonna do that, right, Lou? Me and Lou on the same team. Nah, fuck Billy. Listen. You don't understand.
I want the easy win. I don't give a fuck. LeBron
giving them easy win.
Keep it up, motherfuckers. Keep it up, you son of bitches. Hey, look, I think the goddamn, I think the owners ain't shit. Okay, now fuck with y'all. Listen, bro. I feel like I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're gonna try to downplay my dog LeBron. They're gonna try to downplay him.
There you go.
I feel like they're gonna try to downplay him if you win the ring, which is some fuck shit.
It don't matter. It's a ring.
It is a ring. I feel like it's gonna be. I feel like the NBA bubble is gonna show a different side because it's no crowd. So the niggas who shine in practice are now going to shine because I feel like that's the goddamn X factor in showcasing your talent.
So you think it's gonna be a 6-man game? It's gonna be the niggas that don't normally get to shine gonna come out and be like, nigga, there ain't no crowd here.
No, I just feel like now it's like everybody. It's like they put even teams because like. The Thunder, everybody's in the NBA. Put it like that. All these niggas got talent. But the X factor be traveling and crowd. Like niggas can't shine. A lot of niggas can't shine when the lights on. When it's 30,000 niggas watching,
they don't excel under pressure. I understand.
But with this point now, with no crowd, the bum nigga, he got talent because he'll give a nigga in LA Fitness 40 points. You feel me? 80 points. But now he's, you know what I'm saying? He can knock that bitch down because he ain't gonna be nervous. It ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying, his mama watching or, you know what I'm saying, 30,000 people in Chicago and they from Denver screaming, nigga, you suck. And he fucking missed. Now it's like, nigga, it's nothing. It's like practice, nigga. So nigga gonna be showing their talent. So now everybody got a chance. The Thunder got a chance. Now the Thunder got a chance.
Now let me ask one question here. With that being the case, wouldn't that mean that people who are already great with pressure are going to dominate even further if everybody's intensity is going to go up?
Hey, let me take this, B-Lou. Hold on. I'm going to tell you why. Because a nigga like, you saw how J.R. Smith was like complaining, right? J.R. Smith is an NBA champion. This nigga got a couple of dollars. This nigga, he may look like he eat ramen noodles and shit, but obviously this nigga is an extravagant nigga, right? Like most of the top tier talent. But then you see what Ja Morant said. Ja Morant was like, I don't know what the fuck they complaining about. This shit nice to me. Right. Same thing Booker said. Then you start to realize like, oh, wait a minute. The niggas who hungry, the niggas who need that contract, the niggas who they gonna be in that bitch like I eat these.
Hey, Morant gonna be a fucking problem, bro.
Nigga, look, a nigga like LeBron who not getting his goddamn tacos every Tuesday and all that bullshit he used to eating, it might be a problem for him. It might be a bigger shock to his system. That's all I'm saying. Even though Laker fan, Lakers is my side, bitch. You know, I'm married to the Pistons, goddamn it. But Lakers is hey, I'm gonna tell you what, nigga. I've been watching their practices. Yeah, bro, Lakers looking real good.
Lakers looking good, but I just feel like now, you know what I'm saying? That nigga who missed a 3 when the crowd is screaming gonna knock that bitch down. So I just feel like now the bum niggas gonna shine. So it's gonna be like I feel like it's gonna be 2 sleepers on each conference.
Okay, so Lakers, we all agree Lakers in first place. We feel like who you feel like is your second and third.
I mean, I just feel like Dame. I feel like Dame might. I feel like Dame and the Trailblazers might goddamn go off a little harder.
What's your 2 CP? Clippers. What's your second seed? Who you think is going to be?
Clippers, my second seed. I also don't sleep on Miami. Don't sleep on Philly.
Yeah, don't sleep on Philly. And sure, don't sleep on Philly.
You just not gonna sleep on Houston, even though them niggas got the Rona. When they come back,
got the Rona, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
I think it's a wrap. I think it's a wrap on.
Nah, y'all don't think the boys gonna come back and do nothing?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think Harden gonna run them up? You don't think Harden gonna come back and get busy?
But I think Harden and Westbrook, their style of play and the direction of the team, I don't think that it I think we seen everything they got. I don't think it's going to translate any different being in the bubble.
Now,
I feel like other teams are going to translate.
Look like he washed his face with old VCR parts in the morning. Like,
yeah. All right, now hey, here goes the thing, guys. Do you think that maybe being in this bubble and them not being able to get no women in and out of this area is going to be a problem? And what do you think gonna happen with these women that's out here now?
They're gonna be like you've been for the past 14 days, jacking their dick all day.
I ain't been jacking.
Billy been goddamn. Hey, a lot of y'all didn't see this, but before the goddamn show started, that nigga goddamn camera was fuzzy than the motherfucker. We was like, Billy, wipe your screen. That nigga had to go get some goddamn Windex. That nigga been jacking his dick. Man,
I just had some lemon cake, man. That's what that was. Hey, man.
Been in there like,
he done ran it again. He keep calling that motherfucker back. He keep calling that motherfucker back.
Hey. The Rona been like this.
Bruh, hey, if y'all don't think no women gonna be in there, y'all crazy.
I'm saying because they just reported that a nigga crossed the line, and now he gotta sit out 14 days.
Somebody did it already?
Yeah, so somebody went out and got some food, not from the Kings. His name is Rashawn Holmes. He got quarantined now.
Also, Michael Beasley already came in. They already had to send his ass home. So Michael Beasley showed up.
Damn, Beasley already got sent home.
He got the Rona.
He got the Rona. They sent Michael Beasley already home. He out. He out of the bubble.
He out of the bubble. He got to wait to come back.
Yep, he got 14 days.
Hey, this a cool. This a cool little mix up now. It's like, all right, nigga. So one, you got to beat the team, but you also can't catch the Rona, nigga. All right, you got it. Got to get out. Time to switch players.
If LeBron catch that shit, they're gonna shut it down.
Yeah. If LeBron catch it, cancel the season, bro.
Nobody gonna watch that shit. Hey, question. Just random since we talked about all this shit today. Have either one of you guys been the side dude in a relationship?
Next topic. I don't know what the fuck you been doing in your quarantine, but you gonna switch this goddamn topic.
Be little to my head.
I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Get your Will Smith relationship having ass out of here.
I just asked, bro. I just asked. It was a big question that nigga.
Get your chow here having ass.
Hey, so look, back in my day, back when I was in college, freshman year of college, I dated this older woman. She was like 37. She was married. She had a day where she would call me. That was it. It's just she would call me on Sunday when her nigga went to church or some shit like that. And yeah, nigga, big fluffy boy, big old fluffy booty. You know, she was married that long.
Hey man.
Yeah,
you was a designated hitter. What about you, D?
I was entangled.
I
didn't tell you that. He said,
like, no, I made that up. I made all that up.
You talk about sight, no, I made that up.
All right, well.
That was cat. What about you, Lou? What about you?
Billy?
Billy?
We know Billy got stories. His goddamn promiscuous ass. He done been on both sides of the fence. He done been a side nigga for a man and a woman. You hear me?
Fuck you, dog. Fuck you, man. All right, so my homeboy Jamel, his mama worked at the post office. And so I'm trying to make it out here, bro. I'm in college. And his mama always would pull up by the dormitory and be like, you sure looking nice walking across the street. I was like, how you doing? Ms. Rivers? She was like, well, what you doing? You want to get some food? So I'd be like, Ms. Rivers, I'm gonna walk on to the, where I got to go up to campus. She's like, I'll pull you up there. I'll drive you up there. But she got me in this Lexus and she pulled out so much money. It was like she knew she was going to see a little broke ass nigga like me. She had a whole wad of 20. She said, now, you need a haircut. I said, I do need a haircut. I ain't been able to go get one. Here's some money to get your haircut. What you doing later tonight? You want to get some food? I said, yeah, you ain't even ate nothing. Tell the truth. You ain't nothing. I said, that's cool. Miss Rivers took me to Papa Do's. We went to Papado's. Papado's is a seafood restaurant. So you know, like she like,
nigga, you know what the fuck Papado is. Go ahead, finish your story, nigga. This story sounds disgusting. Go ahead.
Hey, you know how B. Lewis ain't got no side tooth right here? Miss Rivers ain't had no side tooth on this side or this side. She look like Skeletor. She's like, I'll get you, He-Man. She had all that shit going on in the front. So she had
a little storefront operation going?
Bruh, she had all the fronts. It was like it was a town in the the 40s, the 1940s. Yeah. It's like the old West, nigga. The front was there, but
digging out the inside of watermelon. You can. Go ahead.
Hey, bro. So I got up there. She had these big ass glasses on. She had this soulful ass shirt on. She was talking loud. She had this big ass margarita. Man, I was trying to get the food and leave. Man, this woman, she put her hand in my pocket, dog. She started trying to play with my meat in the restaurant. This woman got to be damn near 50 years old, dog. And she tried to kiss me. And I just felt disgusted, dog. I felt abused. I felt taken advantage of. She kept grabbing my dick while we were sitting there. It was a traumatizing situation. And to find out that she was married to a nigga that drive trucks, like I ain't know Miss Rivers had a husband. So inadvertently for that whole little weekend, she just kept flirting with me, man. So I had to get that shit off my chest. August Alsina. That shit was tough.
Nigga,
how you feel now that you got it off your chest?
Yeah, sound like she fucked you like Nate did Jada Pinkett and set it off. Some of the time, she did. I'm in a bind, Miss Rivers. I'm in a bind. I need some J's. I'm in a bind.
I was in a bind. Look, man.
Papados. I'm in a bind.
I was in a bind. Hey, man.
Billy.
See to it that he's at Lavender Hill. Billy. Hey, man, this has been another episode of Roast This, man.
Hold on, man. What you doing, man?
Relax. I'm just telling him it's been another episode. I'm going around the horn.
You was finna end it, son, man.
Hey,
we got goddamn ads.
Hold on, man.
I was gonna do the ads. I was gonna do the ads.
All right, well,
do the ads.
Y'all like this shirt? Though? Look, I got one of these for both of y'all niggas, and I got some for Kraig too. They got a couple of these joints. Shout out to Be Inspired by Something. They sent us awesome shirts, but they just came to me, so I'm gonna give them.
That's cool. You gonna have to cut that bitch sideways to get Kraig here to be in that motherfucker, bro. That nigga there, dog. That nigga. Where my nigga Kraig couldn't be here today. Dog. He gonna be here next week, man. Kraig got to doing his thing, man.
Yeah, take his fro to the doctor. Like, yeah, my shit ain't froing out right. It's very small. I don't understand.
Hey, B-Lewis.
All right. What's up?
What you got over there, big dog?
You know what I got, man. Once again, man, shout out to Moses Prim, man. Go to his YouTube channel, Prim's Hood Cinema. Look at this right here. Let me show my dog shit. You know what I'm saying? Prim's Hood Cinema. A lot of people in the comments have already went and subscribed. They say it's funny as fuck, man. I seen it the other day. That shit was good as fuck, man. Subscribe to my dog channel, Prim's Hood Cinema.
You got
also
you got a poster up in Pestaplas Plus where he got a bunch of little cutoffs at the bottom.
Shout out to Serenity Shea, man. They sent me a wonderful box of some of the best oils in the game, man. They out of Baltimore, Maryland. They sent me more than 2. You know what I'm saying? Check it out right here, man. They got the beard oil. They got the shea butter. This shit smells good as fuck, dog. You can go to Serenity Shea on Instagram. Use the promo code Brandon Lewis and get 20% off your purchase. I'm gonna run further to that ad next week.
Brandon _ Lewis. Y'all know what the underscore is.
What's that?
A space.
Look at ass. Okay, but hold on, man.
You gonna plug them bullshit headphones? Go ahead and plug them Burlington co-factories, man. Plug them.
Okay. Hey, once again, man, shout out to Prim's Hood Cinema, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel, man. Great content on his YouTube, man. And also, for you out there, yes, you. Look at them haters over there. If you want your ad promoted on this channel, hit me up in my DMs. I will promote your ad, your business.
Who the fuck is buying this shit?
Hey, bro, y'all gotta stop the slander, bro. I know you shimmy niggas don't know how to goddamn hustle, but your boy do. Bro, back at it. If you need your business, your product, put on the show, man. Holla at me in my DMs, man. Brandon Lewis. Hey. Hold on. Follow me on Twitch. I'm kicking ass on Twitch. If you got a Twitch account, follow me on Twitch. Who is Brandon Lewis? I'm busting ass. I'm the Madden guru. I'm top 5 user skills in the nation, Kraig. So don't hate CP. But yeah, go ahead. That's it.
Kick your ass in some fucking Madden, B. Lewis.
All right. That's what
that was a lot, man.
A lot. I don't even know where we are in the show.
I was trying to imagine how B. Lou be getting his advertising. I feel like his grandma be at the church like, And I just want to say, my grandson got a new business. He owns something called Zoom, and if you can find it in your heart to maybe advertise your business through him, we trying to get him that full setup time. Hey, man.
He is working hard.
He leaves so much waffle on the plate. It'll be a lot of waffle left.
Now he's yelling. He is yelling every time I come in that room. He is yelling so loud at them people that say,
"Hey man, don't mind the hate, man. If you want your ad, put on my goddamn. Look at this. Look at that. Look at Prem. Look what Prem did. Hit me in my DMs, man. Fuck the haters, man. Your product gonna get seen. It's gonna get purchased. You feel me? Holla at your boy. Holla at your baby.
When you get done eating French toast, it'd be looking like somebody was playing Minefield because it'd just be a bunch of bites to the side. All right, that was enough. Anyway, listen.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. Shout out to these guys. Be inspired by something. Also, shout out to Azul Tech Computers. I did give away a computer this week to a young brother named Irvin Bond. He won a Aztec mini computer, a PC from CP. So that's dope. Also, follow me on Twitch as well at Comedian CP. And I just dropped my comedy special. It's $20. It's on Patreon, place where I can put it so it can't get bootlegged and those shit like that. Dropping it independently. If you want to fuck with it, go check it out. You know what I'm saying? It's funny as hell. And also check out my brother Billy's special. He about to tell you about it right now.
Special is out now. It is right here on YouTube. It's if you look in the comments section right now, you can see there's a link there. Shout out to man that is up here posted by Chelsea Felicity for donations and all the love you got today. It's there right there at the bottom. If you want to go there and check it, it's called At Risk. Filmed here in Houston, Texas. All new material, man. All funny shit, man. We're having a good time.
Go check. That nigga had that Ronas. That nigga had that Rona in that goddamn special.
Nigga, it was everywhere. That's where it came from. But yeah, man, if you haven't done so already, make sure you check out Did You Miss Me podcast. New episode up right now, episode 132, best storytelling podcast in the world. And if you're one of the people who listen to me in the mornings, make sure you tune in on the Morning Hustle show, 6 to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. Shout out to Chicago. Shout out to Charlotte, North Carolina. Shout out to Cleveland, Ohio. Man, shout out to everybody that listens to it in Dallas. We there. And if you download the Morning Hustle app, you can listen to the show every morning, 6 to 10 a.m. Again, my name is Billy Sorrells. Hey, roast this. With
that Twitch, man. Follow that Twitch, man. I'm kicking ass. Who is
Don't forget to hit the Cash App, too.
Cash App.
Brother's Cash App.
Hey, man, hit,
boys, man.
whatever y'all want to do. We love y'all. Peace.
Hit my niggas.